Hello and welcome to the Chico's 40th anniversary special. I'm Sher Canada, your host and, of course, Chico's style expert. Today I have the honor of sharing a little bit with you about our history. We're going to dive deep into our first exclusive 40th collection, but more importantly, introducing you to some of the chicettes that helped shape the brand and make it what it is today. Sit tight, we're just getting started. Chico's is for every woman, no matter the age, the size, or the story. If you love fashion and you love easy-to-wear pieces, the Chico's life is so for you. Melody Burkett is here. She is our VP of Design, and she's going to share the amazing inspiration behind the incredible pieces to celebrate 4 decades of fashion.
Hi, it's Melly. I'm excited to tell you about our first 40th anniversary collection. An exclusive print in limited edition pieces made especially for you. So we took a vintage ikat print, and ikat is a technique of weaving that makes a very special pattern in the fabric, and we interpreted it with our in-house designers in a special print. Bold, beautiful, a conversational starter in very exclusive product. So let me show you some of the pieces. Firstly, I love the t-shirt I'm wearing. Super simple. Any of these pieces can be worn back to your pieces in your wardrobe, anything in black and white. So a great t-shirt, and all the fun and laughter is in the sleeves. A great cover-up. Our kimono, which we love and do each season in the exclusive print with fun fringe tassels and a beautiful colored lining. Wear it over a column of color, a little mix of prints, and even use it as a cover-up for your swimsuit. Such a versatile piece. Again, black or white. Any current pieces in your wardrobe will be fantastic underneath this piece. And then some fun. We wanted to do a beautiful dress, a new silhouette, a gorgeous mix of all 3 prints in a soft and flowy fabric. Great for summer cocktails. And of course, the collection was really aimed at beautiful pieces for a vacation. So, of course, we did your carry-on luggage with the exclusive print and some unique little pieces that go inside. There are more fabulous items online. I have my eye on a set of packing cubes that are adorable. Each print has a signature Love Chico's within it, just to say how much we love you.
Thank you, Melly. Okay, ladies, this collection is going to sell fast. It is going to be amazing, so you've got to get it now. There's so many pieces that I have in my closet that are so spectacular, and this collection is no exception. Another thing that I love so much about Chico's is not only do we want to make women feel beautiful, but the attention to detail that we put into every single piece of clothing. The print, the pattern, the story. It's part of our DNA. Our story begins in 1983 with folk art pieces.
My name is Helene Gralnick. Marvin and I were living in Mexico. We came to Sanibel Island because it's safe and gorgeous, and we thought it would be a fabulous place to raise our 2 little kids. So we thought, wouldn't it be fabulous to open a wonderful little shop on Sanibel Island? We loaded the store with folk art from Mexico, and we opened our very first store right here, Periwinkle Place. And it worked. And then we found the sweater. And the sweater was practically one size fits all, and that is the thing that got us into the clothing business, that one sweater. We had just a little tiny 800 square foot store, and we were busting at the seams. So we said, well, could we just go up? And everyone thought we were crazy, but we went up. The roots in Mexico with folk art still shine through today. It was our intention way back then to have the most unique clothing, jewelry, accessories. And our customer was ageless, she was timeless, she came from all over the world, and it was always our intention to make the customer feel as good as humanly possible. And I don't believe it's really changed. This is a very special place. My dreams came true here. I just wanted to create like one perfect, amazing store with perfect, amazing people, making people happy all day. I believe that Chico still, even to this day, wants to bring out the very best in each and every person that comes through our doors.
You just heard from Helene Gralnick, and her husband Marvin are the founders of Chico's, and still to this day are such dear friends of mine. They hired me, and they also hired the two amazing women that I have here with us today. Karen Greenman was the first associate ever hired at Chico's, and she's going to tell us her story. And Dina was the first store manager. So let's start out with Karen. Karen, please tell us, how did you find out about this opportunity at Chico's? And I'm dying to know, what did you wear?
Oh, okay. Well, I lived in Sanibel, and I went to the beach a lot, and I got tired of it. I wanted to do something special for me, and so I decided a part-time job maybe would be fun. So I got the local newspapers and looked at the ads, and there was 3 of them. And the first one was a jewelry store. So I sat by the kitchen table and called, and the lady said, could you call back tomorrow, and because the owner isn't here. So I said, okay, and I went to the next ad, and that was a clothing store, but the line was busy. So I went to the next one, and it was Chico folk art, and I've always been interested in art, so I decided to call. And Marvin answered the phone, and we chatted for a while, and then he said, can you meet me and my wife at the Periwinkle place on the boardwalk? And I said, okay. So I decided most likely I maybe be working in the art gallery. So I dressed up with high heels and kind of like a business suit, and was going to really look.
Wow, nice show your stuff.
So I sat and went to Periwinkle store, not inside, just outside. And I sat on the bench, and here came these 2 people on bicycles, and they were in tank tops, flip-flops, and shorts, and they put their bicycle by the railing, and they sat down and introduced themselves, and we just never talked about the job. We talked about traveling, because they found out I was Swedish, and they had traveled all over the world, and I have traveled too a lot. So we sat down and comparing notes about our journeys, and I thanked them, and then I went home. The phone rang, and there was Marvin, and he said, Mrs. Greenman, we will be honored to have you.
Oh, what a
And that
story.
really is how that started.
Oh.
And that little part-time job ended up a full-time job for almost 25 years, and I have enjoyed every moment and minute of it, and met the most wonderful people at Chico's.
What a great story, Karen. And tell me, what did you love most about working at Chico's?
What I liked most about working for Chico's?
Yes.
Well, I do think one thing stands out to me. They were so kind, and they let you help running the store. You can they almost say, this is your store too. And that to me was very important.
Yes.
And of course, it was such a unique store.
Yes.
I mean, all these folk art from all over the world, and they, came with a van from Mexico because they lived there and bought all these things. It was an adventure working there, really.
Every day.
Every day, there was always something new, and of course, very unsophisticated when we compare it today. We had no cash register. We wrote all the purchases on a piece of paper.
Wow.
It was but it was fun.
Yeah, just a great story, Karen. I have such great memories. When I saw you today, I started crying. It was just so, the people, right, Karen? The people. And speaking of amazing women, Dina, you are celebrating your 34 years at Chico?
Yes.
Okay, round of applause.
Can't even believe it. It went by so fast.
That is amazing. Tell us a little bit about your journey at Chico.
You know, it's very funny to hear Karen talk about this because we have a similar story of when I interviewed. I had moved to Sanibel with some friends and decided, you know, let me try something different. And one of the girls worked at the Sanibel store and said, we need help. And on my interview, I rode my bicycle and met Karen, and we sat out front on the little boardwalk in front of Periwinkle Place, and she interviewed me, and she said, you're perfect for Chico's. And I was ever since. But I've been had, you know, my little career, you know, through my journeys. Captiva, I fell in love with Captiva. That was where I started first, out at Chico and Lucky's out there. And Chico and Lucky's at the time was, Chico's was named after Marvin and Helene. Their best friends had this parrot, and their daughter had a bunny rabbit named Lucky, and they thought that was hilarious. That's how this whole thing got started, and I just was fascinated with that store out there. And then, you know, over my years of just evolving, and now I was at the Periwinkle store for forever, and now I'm in Fort Myers temporarily, but the Sanibel store will reopen.
Brand new and beautiful.
Beautiful, yes, and I'm just excited about that, but it's just been a really great journey, and I just can't believe it went by so fast. And
what do you think makes Chico so special?
Well, you know, similar to Karen, you know, they really do make you feel very special. I mean, the whole concept of Chico's, the customers, the people that I work with, just over the years, the people that I've worked with, and just, you know, it is a very special place. It really is, and it just is forever growing and forever evolving. And style is always changing, but still the same, which is great with this 40th anniversary collection. It's just, you know, I can't get enough of it, and that's where I'll probably be for forever.
I'm sure you both remember the Travelers collection.
Oh, yes.
It was 1997, and it was a phenomenon, right, into the fashion industry. You could wear it. You could wash it. It was wrinkle-free. You could travel in it. So Marvin and Helene made the first dress, and it was the boat neck, three-quarter sleeve, kind of a midi length. Marvin says, Sher, I want you to get out in the country. The dress is delivering, and I want you to wear the dress. And I said, okay. And I was not. Thank God I don't do their job, because I was like, you know, it's okay. It's a dress. We found the fabric down on Lincoln Road in Miami. And so I go to Santa Fe. And I wore the dress, and I wore it with cowboy boots and big concha belt and denim jacket. And I go out in the fitting room area after I'd been there about a half an hour, and I look up, and every single woman in the fitting room area has on that dress and the denim jacket and a belt. And I'm like, oh, my God. We sold out of the dress that day. From the beginning, you know, Karen, I'll never forget how important it was for all of us to make the customer feel special and to make her feel amazing. And Marvin and Helene, it was so important to them that when they walked through the door, they felt like family. Yeah. They felt like one of our friends. And Karen, you taught us all how to greet the customer.
Yes.
So for old time's sake, and just for my beautiful, beautiful, fabulous memories, can you tell us how you taught us to greet her?
Welcome to Chico's.
I mean, is that great? I mean, she was just, that was how she taught us to answer everybody. Okay, what was it like for you in the early years of Chico's, Karen, and how has it been to see the brand evolve from where it is today?
Well, I tell you, that is something very special to me. When I saw Marvin and Helene and the executives from the company standing in New York, ringing the bell of Wall Street. That was goose pimple time.
Yeah, big.
And then about a year later after that, I flew to Chicago and opened up and cut the ribbon of the 1,000th store.
Oh.
That was
with ya.
also a very
Yes.
big thing. And I said to myself, we must have done something right.
You think?
Yes.
And it is this fabulous, unique clothing and these wonderful people who has worked with Chicos for the 40 years, who everyone from the stock person to the sales associate and the executives, we all contributed to this enormous success. To me, that was the all-American dream.
Yes.
Well, and Marvin Helene empowered each and every one of us.
Absolutely.
And we all felt like we ran the place.
Yeah.
It's still today this amazing experience, and not just shopping, it's an
No,
experience.
no.
Dina, tell us a little bit more about how you make that happen and how you describe that.
Really, our customers are so loyal. I mean, we have so many loyal customers. We have Facebook pages of groups of ladies that are very loyal. They would plan their vacation just to come to Sanibel to see the original store. They really would, because it's so beautiful out there. And, you know, you can see it when you're sitting in the airport or in the grocery stores. You can see the clothing walk by, and you know, and they just get so excited. You know, it's just part of what we're known for, is that whole customer experience and really making them feel so special. And that's really what has done it for us, really.
And it still continues today.
It still continues today. Yes.
That's just a great story. I'll never forget my first outfit. I bought this knit dress. I put cowboy boots on. I have the original contra belt that I bought in 1996. Can you believe that?
I love that.
Okay, what is your favorite outfit, Karen?
Well, it maybe wasn't my favorite, but when I started at Chico's, then Helene told me, she said, why didn't you put on these pants? They was harem pants. Big bellow harem pants. And I looked in the mirror and I thought, I feel like I was in a costume. I threw away the suit. I love the pants and the freedom and the fun. And that is one thing is so great about Chico's. I used to tell the customer when they look at something in the hanging, I said, try it on for fun.
Yes.
And you know, there was no commitment to them. It was just go in there and try on the clothes.
Yes, it's true. It's true. We just had I had a model fitting this morning, and you know, she said I probably would have never picked what you picked out for me, but I just love it, you know. And that's just kind of what we do. Is we in the fitting room area is really, you know.
And tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
We don't have. They didn't have mirrors in the fitting room.
They didn't.
Why?
Yeah. So when Karen and I first started, there was no mirrors, so it was encouraged that we put them in the fitting room, but then they would come out, and we had these beautiful mirrors when they came out, and it literally was like a little fashion show going on. Customers would see what they had on, and then they would be, it was your own little personal fashion show.
It was just like a party,
Yes,
wasn't it?
it was.
There was a party happening in that fitting
We
room
did
area.
kind of Cher's thing. Roll up the sleeve, put the scarf on, put the belt.
Pop the collar.
Pop the collar for a longer, leaner look.
Right?
She taught us
All our
stuff.
slim secrets. Exactly. All the tricks of the trade.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, so much. It's just been such an honor having you here and seeing you both here. Hello, I'm Sher Canada, Chico style expert, and I'm here today with the scoop on scarves. My journey began with Chico's in 1996. I was hired as a regional sales manager and then got promoted numerous times over the years. So my last job was Group Senior Vice President of Stores. It was just an awesome experience. Then when I retired, after a couple years, I got a call back and they said, Cher, the customers want you back. Today, I have the honor of hosting fashion shows live. The shirt is like a t-shirt material, and then the sleeves are woven. So that's automatically gonna slim you here. I can't tell you how much Chico's and the clothing has given me confidence and just made me who I am today. I have two more guests here with me today, Jolene and Lisa. So Jolene, we'll start with you. You were here before me. I met you on my first day at Chico's. You've been with the company for over 30 years. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey and what you do today?
Yeah, I'd love to, Sher. Well, first of all, thank you. When I started as a district sales manager when we didn't even have 100 stores. So I've seen much growth with the company. From there, I got a chance to move down here in Florida and really get involved in Chico's and really understand the culture. And then this one sent me to California. And I went to California for 5 years, almost 5 years. I learned a lot. I met a lot of great people, opened many, many stores, and then I wanted to come home. So I came back, and now I'm part of our customer care, customer engagement team, and I get to service great customers still to this day.
Wow.
Yeah, fun.
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, these women picked up their lives, their families, and everything, and moved for Chico's, and we didn't even think twice about it.
No.
Because it was all about the experience.
It was. Truly was.
And you know what? It was so amazing because Jolene, we were opening up in California, and Jolene was able to take that experience and bring it there. So it's not like we started all over. It was just this continuum of this amazing experience. What is it about Chico's that's so special to you?
So, you know, I think about this, and in 30 years, I mean, that's a lifetime, right? Like, I have gotten married, I've had a baby, and so when you think about Chico's, it's been part of my life forever, but what I love the most about it is the associates that we've got to meet along the journey. I mean, wonderful, wonderful people that we're still friends with, like you and I. And then our customers. I mean, you cannot ask for a better customer base that have followed us and are so loyal, Cher. I mean, you can't make this up. It's not a cult, but it is definitely a group.
It is. It's the sisterhood. It's the sisterhood. Do you remember the Oprah watch?
You're jumping up and down. You don't even know what it is. Let's let the fun begin.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We all remember this, right?
We all remember the Oprah watch.
We still make this watch. So, ladies, you can still get the Oprah watch. So, I was on the West Coast. Oprah went live, or her show started on the East Coast. And I was in a store, and all of a sudden, the phone was starting to ring, and people are like, do you have this watch? Do you have this watch? And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, it's the Oprah watch. She said it's one of her favorites. And so we had customers calling from all over the United States, trying to go as far to the West Coast to grab this great watch because it was already sold out in their local boutique. We were just doing phone calls and phone calls. So finally, my mom called me. I'll never forget this. My mom called me. She goes, do you still have one of the watches left? I go, you too? So we all have this watch. It was so exciting that day. We took down the call center.
Yes.
Remember?
Took down the call center. Oprah was very good for us. We did the Oprah tour, High Gorgeous. We followed her around the country. She was a huge supporter of Chico's. And it was just an amazing, amazing event.
Fun days.
Fun days. And you brought some of the training, the original training materials?
We did. So let me share a little bit about that. When we started, there really wasn't a method, right? You just walked into a store, we greeted the customer, Karen greeted the customer, told us all how to greet the customer. Our clothes were great, but it was us who really brought it to life. So I think Cher, she was going from store to store, and she's like, we've got to put some kind of method to our madness. So a lot of people were really instrumental in creating maps. Most amazing personal service. We had a little bit of selling to that S too, but started. So they created this packet. We all went through this training, which was fun. It wasn't like normal training. It was fun training. Yes. We had a card that told us if we sold this is how much, you know, our bonus would be. It didn't matter about the bonus. It really didn't. It was the experience with the customer that we had all the time. We talked about the heart and soul of the company, and, you know, so you had history and culture. So you could share that with customers, because as customers traveled, they wanted to go to different Chico's because they were unique. They're not just a cookie cutter. So I think there was so much value in all of this. And to Cher's point, you know, it started here, but it went all through the United States, and we had to somehow get that culture and find the right people to do that. And then, do you remember Passport, AKA Loyalty now? So we started the Passport program back then, and it has become probably iconic in the world of retail, that how loyal our customers are to us. And still today, we have the Founders 5, where they get the 5% off, but we have loyalty, and we've started new rewards. So from this little packet, it's all grown, so much fun.
Maury McKenzie started this. She hired me. She followed me around at the Bell Tower store, and she wrote this. She said, Cher, just go do your thing, and then we're going to write the training based upon that. And
it was great.
It was just, it's just,
you could still feel it today.
It's a love story, and it just continues today. So we're also proud to be a part of it. Okay, Lisa, you play a big role in Chico's, something very different than what Jolene and I did. How long have you been with the company? What do you do?
Well, I am a technical designer. I am a manager of technical design. I lead a team of 3 people. I've been with the company now for 13 years. I started out as a technical designer. Right now I work exclusively on petite product and also black label, and I'm very proud of that, to offer it to our customers. I think that it's just really important to hear from our customers, because whatever feedback that we get from them, we will implement into our product immediately. Even if we're in the middle of a season and we're starting new product, if we get feedback from our customer, we will scramble around and do whatever we have to do to change. The most important thing is the fit, the quality, the versatility, and it's also sustainable. It needs to be pristine, or we will not release it for cutting.
How long does it take to get a jacket to perfection?
Oh, it can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months, depending on the cycle and the delivery. But I would say for technical design, we spend at least 2 hours in every fitting, you know, from fitting with the team, to sitting down at our desk, to sending out our comments to our vendors. We look at the garment from the inside out. We don't just look at the final, like, how does it look on the hanger or on the body. Especially working in jackets, it is really important to look at the garment from the inside and out, because the structure of the garment is the most important part of how it's going to feel and how it's going to fit.
And I see you brought a couple of jackets to talk about with here today. We
love
to see jackets.
Did. So this jacket, it's very, very special and dear to our hearts, because this is our first jacket right now that we are offering in half sizes. So again, we are always thinking about you guys and our customer, and
so they've been asking for half sizes.
We have been, yes, and we finally launched for spring 2 seasons ahead of what we had originally calculated, because we felt it would be so important for the customer. And with this style, it is doing amazing. It is like our #1 selling jacket right now, and we had put so much time and energy into this. The sleeves are all hand tacked to give you that, you know, look of comfort, and just as if it was like a roll-up sleeve. We developed special shoulder pads for this. We have a different lining in the sleeves, as you can see, than on the body. We make it very silky and soft, so that when you slip your arm into it, it feels like butter. There's just so much time that has spent on this jacket as far as fit.
Wow.
And just the quality.
And it's coming in solid too. I heard through the grapevine. If you're not a print girl, but this is a bestseller in the Chico stores right now.
Absolutely, and we're chasing it because you guys want it, and we're chasing to get more product.
And then I saw you brought some iconic.
Yes.
You know, the denim jacket at Chico's is iconic. I think the first time I met Helene, she probably had a denim jacket on and had her collar popped, and just here we go, another beautiful.
Yes, so this jacket is probably our first denim jacket that we ever offered to our customer. It is actually the platinum label, and I hold on to this jacket every office I move to, because
like what year is this from?
This is, well, actually it's from 2009.
2009.
Yes.
Wow.
So.
And then we used that, and then we updated it with a newer version.
So what happened is, you know, that one was cut, like had a Nehru type of a collar. Now this one we had added a collar, you know, and this followed like a couple of seasons afterwards. And so, I mean, we really pay attention to our customers. We try to support them as far as their, you know, fit and comfort. And this also is the first jacket that we're offering half sizes.
Wow, awesome.
So
awesome. Great job, Lisa. Yes. I really appreciate it, Chico's, because just because something's fashion doesn't make it look good on everyone. So what you do is you take fashion and you interpret it for our women and our bodies. And I think that's what makes Chico so special. Yeah. So you have to both have special things that are in your closet that you love to wear. Like, what is your go-to like stuff, Joe?
So I love our white shirts. I mean, I love our no iron. Yes, collar up.
Oh, I have the collars! Like the collars stay popped without starching them.
And you know what I laugh about too? You always talk about how many you have, and then I go into my closet and I'm like, oh my gosh, do I really need another white shirt? Yeah, I probably do. So
you know how many I have?
is it 90 something now?
Yeah, it's 90. Let's not talk about that.
I don't have that many. A denim jacket, of course. I have many denim jackets. Today, I'm wearing one of our vintage jackets.
I remember her.
Yeah, and
she sold out in about 2 seconds.
And it was our first, you know, when we started with a price. I mean, it was much more than any of our other jackets at the time. And I believe that we have recreated this one twice. So.
Wow.
Great one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Lisa, what's your favorite? What's your go-to?
My denim jacket.
With your
I
collar
just
pop.
loved
Thank you
it.
very much.
Yes, Cher made me pop my collar. I couldn't sit here without doing that.
You can't sit in front of me without popping your collar.
I love it. It's my go-to jacket. I wear it over dresses, you know, slacks, pants, anything, you know, I can have an excuse for.
Right.
Well, it's just, thank you ladies both for your time. You're amazing part of Chico's, and you're all part of our story. It's amazing to see how the brand has evolved over all these years. But one thing is still the most important. And ladies, that's you. It's the customer. Everything we do, every thought we have, every decision we make is based around what we know you would want, what you want for your bodies. And I can't thank you enough, because this brand would be nothing without your support and your love for all of us. It is a true sisterhood. I know you all have amazing stories, and we want you to share your stories with us. Please go down to the comments section and do hashtag we're just getting started. Doesn't that feel good?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been here for all these years, and to be able to say hashtag we're just getting started, again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And remember, ladies, confidence. It's the single most beautiful thing a woman can wear every day. See you shopping at Chico's.